You're watching the 2025 SCAC Baseball Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the Trinity University baseball program. The Tigers will once again be led as they head into the season of the guidance of head coach Tim Scannell, along with leadership from senior Will Hellings. Coach Will, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach, we'll open up with you heading into a new season, your 27th season as the head coach of this Tigers baseball program, coming off another outstanding season, your 12th 30-plus win season since 2010. Another trip to the NCAA tournament, your fifth straight, and SCAC regular season championship as well. But as you get prepared to start a new season and a new journey with this program, just how excited to be back with this group, and what are you looking forward to most with the start of a new year?
Well, we lost an awful lot last year, and we lost starting pitching, we lost relief pitching, we lost starters positionally, and we lost some key bench players. An unbelievably successful group, a group that went to the NCAA tournament for 4 straight years, and I believe either their freshman or sophomore year, they went to the Division III World Series. So going into this year, there are a lot of unknowns. But where we're at right now is this particular group is so attention to detail, so coachable, so hungry to get better, that our January practices have been among the best that I've seen in my time here. We're not sure really where we're at as a club yet. And as always, we're looking to kind of get better week by week. I know it sounds like a cliche, but that's exactly how you have to build a collegiate baseball team. But we have a great maroon-white series this weekend. It's going to be the first time we've actually played a real baseball game with umpires because we really didn't partake in traditional fall ball. We spent more time in the weight room this past fall. But yeah, we're super excited. I'm personally, this is probably one of the best groups I've ever had the chance to coach. And so we had a great January.
Will, coming into this season, obviously a big year for your senior year, and you can hear coach's excitement kind of with the start of this fresh new season. I'm just interested from your perspective, give me a vibe check with the guys. How's the clubhouse right now? How is this group and this chemistry started to develop as the season has started to slowly unfold through preseason? And what are you looking forward to most just from a team perspective going into this year?
We're fired up. I mean, I can speak for all of them when I say that. I think the first few weeks of the season, the first few weeks of the semester, this is my 4th year of college baseball, so I can say that that's the point where I was anxious, I was ready to get practicing, and we weren't doing a whole lot, but now it's like go, ready to get on the ready for opening weekend. Next week, see everyone was getting along well, and with the whole team kind of being flipped upside down, like Coach said, we've gotten a really good chance over the last semester and in the last few weeks to just get really close as a team, both on the field and off the field. So I think I just speak for everyone when I say that we're ready to go, and it's gonna be a good season. And I think from a game standpoint and just from a chemistry standpoint, I think we've built a lot, and we're ready to get the thing started.
Coach, I know it's still a developing learning process, as you talked about, feeling your way through these first couple of weeks. But where do you think you see some of your biggest strengths within this group, within these lineups, as preseason has started to unfold? Who are some key athletes that you really feel you're going to lean on, not only from an on-field play situation, but certainly from a leadership standpoint as well, as this group sort of finds its way early on in the year?
Yeah, there are some key names, no doubt. Will is probably the headline of them. Need a great year from Will. He's worked his tail off, dealt with a little bit of arm injuries, but the attention to taking care of his body and getting stronger, and just his commitment to kind of the non-throwing things has him super healthy. He's looked very sharp so far. So Hellings is a big name. Trajan Lee's another big name who's really emerging, seems to be kind of turning the corner in terms of confidence. He's always had the stuff. Nick Lazar is going to be an offensive bat who's always hit for us for his entire career here. Maddox McDonald will be a big player for us who plays center field. Caleb Woodward, who had the great freshman year, we expect a great year out of him. Mike Lustina, a senior who's really emerged and had a great January. So there are names. The Morio brothers had, one of them was injured. The other had a great summer league. They're coming along. And then we've got some young freshmen that we're excited about. And again, we're going to learn a lot in these next 3 games this particular weekend. But those are the key names I would think thus far.
Will, you're coming off an outstanding junior season. Last year, you were in all conference honors, 2.77 ERA, picked up a couple of wins, posted 5 saves, 37 strikeouts, and 26 innings of work. So, what does a season like last year do for you just in terms of your building confidence? And what have you continued to focus on, work on? Coach mentioned some of the things, but to continue to grow that confidence coming into this senior year?
I think it was a huge confidence boost. Just struggling a little bit my first 2 years of college, I think is natural progression. And coming into Trinity as a first year transfer, just putting on the pinstripes and throwing strikes. I was just trying to go out there and prove myself, but also just enjoy the experience of playing college baseball. And so I think the nerves and the excitement of pitching in big situations just kind of came naturally. I just had fun with it. I think that's what I tell myself whenever when I find myself in tough situations, it's just that I'm playing baseball and I'm having fun. I'm doing what I love. So I think that was a huge confidence boost. And then coming into this year, jumping into a starter role, kind of doing something different. I'm excited to embrace that and keep working on all my pitches and just try to go out there and give my best effort for the team and do what I can to help us win games this year.
Coach, it's an exciting year in SCAC baseball. It's the biggest the league has been since going back to 2012 with 11 teams this year. And, I'm interested as a guy who, when you tell the story of SCAC baseball, you can't tell the story without talking about Trinity. You can't tell the story without talking about you and Coach Scannell and, the all-time winningest coach in SCAC baseball history, Coach. And you've won a national championship representing the SCAC, and now Trinity obviously coming into this final year in the conference. I'm just interested, what the league has meant to you and having some reflection on that and just knowing that it's your last go around in a league that you spent so much time in. Is that something that's added a little, focus to wanting to make it the best year it possibly can be going into the season?
Yeah, well, I think I'd start with this year's SCAC and just how unbelievably talented it is. And we are very focused on fighting for one of the 4 spots. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult. We're so new. We really don't know what we have. And so we have, hopefully, I know the coaching staff has a great sense of urgency trying to play one game at a time and figure out any seeding. We don't care if we're 4, 1, 2, 3. We're just fighting to get into the SCAC tournament. It is going to be a dogfight, and it's going to be a dogfight all the way through. As far as the other, full 20 plus years in the SCAC, we've loved the league. Personally, that's the league we think of. And it goes all the way back to the great Southwestern days and Coach Mallon. And, there was a period of time where we just got absolutely waxed, to be honest with you. I mean, just really kind of beat down by Southwestern for years. And but we've had great coaches here. Dave Smith's been with me the entire time. I mean, he is so committed to winning. I can't even explain it to you. We currently have Joey Deering, who's an unbelievable collegiate coach, and then of course all the past coaches. So and we're Trinity, right? We're so fortunate to be here. We have great facilities. It's a great school. We're in a great city, marquee athletic state. There's so many ingredients that go to winning, and we're keenly aware of how fortunate we are to be in the position we're at. But we're also aware we have to fight our tail off to make this year's SCAC tournament.
Probably as we wrap up with you, when you've had conversations with some of the other leaders within your clubhouse about some of those goals and expectations coming into this big season, what have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what do you see as being key for this group to going out and accomplishing those heading into 2025?
I think with us being a super new team, a lot of freshmen, incoming guys, we don't really have a huge idea of what it's going to look like from a season standpoint. So we're going into this season with the goal of winning the SCAC tournament, going to regionals, winning a national championship. That's the ultimate goal. But we've seen so little of each other playing that we're we're just focused on fighting. We're going out there one game at a time, trying to win, scrap together runs, scrap together innings, and just give ourselves the best chance we can to win. I think we've done a good job of building that chemistry on the team. So pitchers coming out of a game, you know, the guy coming in behind you is going to pick you up, going to have your back, and same thing at the plate. Just if you strike out or get out in a tough situation, the guy coming up behind you is going to pick you up. I think that's going to be huge for us this year, is just to take it one game at a time, one at bat at a time, one pitch at a time. Just really trying to win from that standpoint, and hopefully that can carry us deep into the playoffs.
And finally, Coach, as we wrap up with you, what's been the message as you've sort of set the table for this team? As you've said, it's a new group, a lot of moving parts. So what's kind of been your message early on in this preseason to sort of set the foundation to make sure this group is as prepared mentally, physically as they possibly can to open up the season here in a little over a week?
Yeah, so I would answer that by going all the way back to our first meeting. This particular team, this group, the returning players, they all came to us as a coaching staff. They wanted to be coached tougher. They wanted to have more detailed practices. They wanted to be held accountable. And that has been probably the strength of this team so far, all the way through the fall with the weight room. Our January workouts, guys have had high energy, focused on the tiny details of practice that can get so mundane and boring, and honestly probably hurt us last year. In a lot of ways, I probably did a bad job with last year's group. They were a veteran group, and I probably gave them way too much rope, and we just didn't have that sense of urgency like this team has. Again, we don't know what this team looks like per se, but we really like the mental headspace we're in, and it seems to be one of our more competitive groups that we've had.
For University head baseball coach Tim Scannell, along with leadership from senior Will Hellings, the Tigers and Coach Scannell will open up the 2025 season along with SCAC play on February 14th when they take on Austin College. Coach Will, thanks so much for your time today. Best of luck as you head into the season.
Thanks, Russell.
Thank you.